Mitsubishi Electric, we're helping create a more sustainable future for her by heating her home more efficiently, by engineering a net zero emissions building, by reducing power waste in factories, by helping make renewables more energy efficient, by making changes for the better, for everyone.
Steve, set.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Hampton Court Palace and the Real Tennis Champions Trophy, brought to you by Mitsubishi Electric. We are coming to our quarter-final match of the day, and it's an absolute cracker of a match. Ben Taylor-Matthews, head professional at Bristol and very familiar face around Hampton Court, coming up against world number 6, Steve Virgona, who will see his stats in just a second. This is our last quarter-final match of the day. To give us a quick recap, if you're maybe just coming in from work in the UK, or maybe tucking into a bit of lunch in the US, we've had 4 quarter-final matches today. 3, apologies, can't count. We'll have 4 by the end of today. In our first match, Bryn Sayers versus Nino Marola, was a relatively swift affair after an injury that Bryn has sustained a little bit earlier on. Was not enough for him to continue finishing the match, and Nino Marola progressed with a 6-2 win and ultimately a retirement. We then had Leon Smart and Rob Schenkman in what looked like a very close duel, but scoreline will read 6-2, 6-1 to Rob Schenkman. He progresses to the second round of quarterfinals tomorrow. And then we've just witnessed a fantastic tussle with Rob Fay and Nick Howell. Rob Fay coming through that one in 3 sets, so he gets his fast track ticket to the semi-finals on Saturday. Whereas Nicky Howell will have to come back tomorrow to play Nino Marola for their spot in the for their spot in the semi-final. Got a little bit of wind coming through. The thunderstorms are not just going to take place on court. The weather here at Hampton Court has well and truly changed in the last hour or so. It is still ridiculously hot. We're clocking still 29 degrees up here, 85 in Fahrenheit, but the thunderstorms are crashing down outside. Giles Doy and Dan Warboys taking you through the action this evening. Dan, this feels almost a bit too close to call, but where's your head and where's your heart at on this one?
I think you're spot on with that, actually. I think this is going to be a really tight game. I think obviously Ben knows this court really, really well and plays, it sort of comes right into his wheelhouse in terms of what his style of play is, but Steve's just such a phenomenal player. It's going to be really tight. It depends who gets into that lead. There's the win predictor. I think it's going to be tighter than that. I think Steve's definitely the favourite on this court, but I think Ben, obviously he's number 2 seed for a reason, and I think that doesn't do him that much justice. I think Ben is a phenomenal player, and the way he sees the ball on this court is going to be a lot closer than that. I say that now, it won't be like that probably.
Yeah, I think we've got a new feature with the Champions Trophy this year. We've got the win predictor that we'll have on the screen as the matches unfold. That's all based upon players' sort of RTO handicap to begin with, and I think that's probably indicative of Ben. I mean, he even said this during some of his interviews earlier in the week. He's kind of starting to come back into a bit more form
Yep.
in the singles. Like, he's had a very good double season partnering with Bryn Sayers, but his singles form has been a little bit wayward. He rectified that a little bit at the US Pro, beating Rob Fay in 4 sets, but I think even by his own admission, he's probably not had the best season.
Okay, this is Champion Trophy
Steve's off the
2024,
back of a
presented
bad
by
result
Mitsubishi
recently as
Electric.
well, so
At the receiver's end is Ben Taylor Matthews. The server's end is Steve Virgona. It's a 3 6-game sets. Love all. Play.
there we go.
Last gallery. Level.
Ben is not going to want to return too many of those Virgona railroads, which he is known for.
$15 love.
We've got Scott Blaver calling the shots from the marker's box tonight.
Great pick up by Virgona there. Oh, it's a great shot.
30 love.
Scott seems to have got a bum draw on the marker, having just
Oh!
come off marking Howell and Rob Fay for the last couple of hours.
It's good to see
15-30.
Jane Taylor's in on the live stream. Good to see you here. Big Virgona fan. What a pickup. Grill? No, he's not down the line. High, let's give him Ben a chance. Yeah, lovely shot.
Last gallery. 2 chases.
I'm surprised Virgona didn't go
15
for
set.
the grill shot there. That's normally his go-to.
Yeah, well, I think Jane's summed it up very nicely actually in the comments. Good to hear from you, Jane. I know you were here earlier in the week supporting your man Lewis Gordon during the qualifying matches.
15-30.
Not quite his tournament year.
15-30, the receiver leads.
But,
Last gallery.
Good to have you joining us, Jane. And Chris Lintott as well. Hope
Good
you are
tennis.
still feeling a bit better.
And hello from Oxford. I would say that was great tennis. That's the one thing you don't want to let forget. He's so good at getting his back around.
40-15. Last
Playing
gallery.
any forehand from any position, isn't he? There he goes again.
So tight.
Less than 2. Wins the chase. And the first game to receiver.
That was a bit of a
How
blitz
tight,
of a game.
how tight was he trying
love
to
to see a
stand up
replay of
against
that.
that turning in?
That's the serve that Ben wants to do, I think.
Oh, nearly.
15 love. Second gallery. 15 love.
Ridiculously good shot.
15 all.
If you ever get a chance to read any of Steve's comments in the US Tennis
No,
Association,
wasn't up. 2 and 3.
sort of
Two
monthly
chases.
publication.
Chase the First?
15
Chase
all.
the First, which is superb publication. His last one, or the one before that, was talking about why he volleys such a high percentage of volleys. Because he wants to try and get it over as quickly as possible to try and catch up the opposition, which I think is a great tactic. So you'll see, as we hear the rumble of the thunder outside,
That's a very close rumble of thunder,
Yeah.
isn't it?
that he will volley a very high percentage of balls back.
15 all.
And that is just to try and
Second
force
gallery.
play and catch people off guard as much as possible. Which is always exciting to watch.
Second gallery.
Always exciting to watch.
Oh my goodness, that's superb play there.
Excellent defending.
And that was such a great pickup as well by Ben with the
2
tandem
and
on the
3.
first shot.
Wins the chase for
Lovely
Western
shot by Ben
Yard.
there.
Oh, worse than a yard.
Oh, worse than the
30
yard.
all.
Fantastic.
Forty 30.
Fantastic play there.
Juice.
You saw Ben there, he's just juggling between his feet, just absolutely no idea how to react when Steve was about to throw down at him.
I wonder if that's why Steve put that early
Service
one down
advantage.
into that forehand corner, just to sort of throw him off guard a little bit for the rest of the game.
Oh. Worse than 2. Advantage.
That anguish on the face of Steve there when you just
Absolutely
don't know where it's going to go.
vicious topspin. Again, Ben gets from the net call.
There it is again. Look at this pickup. Oh,
So do let us know in the comments. The win predictor has Steve at 71%.
which I think is harsh.
Do you think that's harsh?
I
Do you
think it's
that, Do you
harsh.
think that's harsh? Do you think that's fair? What do you think? How long are we going to be? How long is this match going to go? Let us know in the comments. Let us know who you're supporting and where you are on this increasingly stormy Thursday.
Received advantage. Worse than 2.
It's the 2. It's good
Yes.
serving by Ben there. Oh, well played.
Service advantage. Oops.
He's just getting around all those balls today, isn't he?
Yes.
Steps in again.
Yeah. It didn't even look possible on that one.
No.
That's a great
That's a
retrieval.
great
right there.
retrieval.
Has worse than the door. Juice. Juice. Pop. Has the second gallery, 2 chases.
Second serve railroad.
Tempted, yeah. I suppose but the thing is, you're almost worth doing that rather than almost giving up a free shot to Steve, aren't you? It's high risk, but
Yeah, you're really any serve that's even going to go, even faintly into the middle of the court, he's going to eye up the main wall dead on and finish that point as quickly as possible.
he just gets that angle on it so well. I mean, he just needs zero backlift to that to generate so much power.
So one of the events that we've had at the Champions Trophy this year we haven't done before has been a coaching clinic that Steve Virgona kindly
Scores
put on
juice.
a little bit earlier
Hazard worse
today.
than the door.
We had, I think, about 4 or 5
Hazard.
people spend an hour and a half on court with Steve, including my
Hazard worse than the
co-commentator
door.
Dan. So I will ask you for your reflections on that.
Out of court.
It
Just
was
server's
tap the roof.
advantage. Hazard second gallery.
absolutely
Hazard.
fantastic, actually. It's great to step on court with someone like that for an hour and a half, especially when they're playing in the tournament to give up their time. Oh, it's a great play by Ben.
Where's the chase? Juice.
And it's just his insight into the game. It's when you step, any pro in this game you're lucky to spend time with, and we're lucky in this sport that you can step on court with world number 2, 3, 4, and it's brilliant. We're so lucky in that respect. But I think
Receiver's
Actually,
advantage.
being a right-hander and having
I was going to say you were the only right-hander there.
yeah, but that was great because you get an insight into the game, I think, from someone who's left-handed. Obviously, he's still so good at teaching right-handing anyway. But his body positions and how he sets up for things are a little bit different. Just gives you something else to think about, but the tips that he
One
gave
game all.
are superb. If anyone gets a chance to step on any of these sort of clinics with these sort of guys, it's brilliant.
Good.
Rob and Claire used to do really similar things. They used to
15
have
love.
Faye Academy weekends, which were brilliant. Sort of have a whole day with them, and it was that being able to spend the time with them and talk to them, which is just so valuable.
Yes, the
15
Nick Wood
all.
masterclass is also very
Yes.
much in a familiar kind of vein.
Second serve.
Yeah, definitely as an
15.
alumni of one of the Nick Wood masterclasses. I think it was 2.5 days up at Jesmond Dean.
Yeah, they sound fantastic.
I think my handicap went down 5 points in about 6
Ready
months.
all.
Nice. Cool, that was worth the 2.5 days, wasn't it?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Better than the last gallery, 30 all. Works press chase.
Better than last gallery chase. 30 all, 1 all. It's tight, it's cagey. Some good tennis.
40-30 and a chase.
Nice footwork here by Steve. It's great to watch, isn't it?
He's not stopping at all.
But he's so active off the ball, but then as soon as he gets on it, it's so calm and still, isn't it? That's one of the things he was saying earlier, actually. He was like, don't be busy. When you're on the ball, don't be busy. Keep that bottom half still. That should be stable and secure. Anything from the waist up is where you move.
40-30, the receiver leads. Better than the last gallery.
Got any leaks, have we, in the reef?
Better
They're all
than the
secure?
last.
You're noting the rain falling quite heavily now. that's very nicely played.
Yeah,
Point.
that's perfect.
Juice.
Juice.
Keep hearing in our ear that the lightning strikes are getting closer.
Hopefully not too close.
Juice.
Oh, that's a brilliant shot.
Service advantage. Bolts.
It's a magnificent green racket that Ben's got, isn't it?
Game. That's 2 games to 1. Serve leads. 2-1. Bolt. Better than the last gallery. Level.
Steve will go for another longer chase on this one, just try and get down the other end. Or a short
Worse
one.
than 2 chases. Level.
Does this roof have any leaks in it? In the 12 years I've been playing at this court, I've never heard or seen any suggestion of any leaks. We have the eaves of this building that the tennis court is in are absolutely gargantuan.
Are they?
You can see. So you can see clearly from the camera that we've got a very flat roof, but actually from the
Better than the
outside it
last
has a triangular roof by cross section. So you have this enormous space in between,
Better than the last.
which actually is quite indicative of a lot of the roofs we have at the Palace.
$15 love. Worse than 2.
And on the basis that this building is about 300 years old, it has definitely stood the test of time.
I was going to say,
Worse than, yeah, worse than 2.
it's had a few Christmases, hasn't it?
That's a few Christmases.
Fine. Thank you. 15 all.
Great cross-court tennis there.
Yeah, I don't know how many times Ben was trying to aim for a gallery there.
I think he was looking for it.
Definitely
Felt like it.
Yeah.
They're both going to want to be serving. Let's put it that way. That's a super shot.
30 all.
That isn't an invisible ball. I think there is a bug there.
30 all. No.
Ben seems to be dealing with the Virgona Railroad pretty well at the moment. I wonder if he'll switch that up soon.
Well, we have witnessed the full PK that Steve has used.
Yes.
That's a superb
Game.
length.
Can't do
2
much about that
games
one.
all. 2 all.
On a second serve as well. As Ben's just told me in my ear, and he's correct. So Steve actually said something really interesting about serving earlier in the masterclass. He said if you're getting more than about 20 or 30% of your first serves and you're doing something wrong because it's not risky enough. Especially at our level, he said it should be high risk, high reward. So that was quite interesting. He said if it's not perfect, it should be a fault.
I remember Ben Robinson saying something quite similar in a couple of promotional bits I saw on social media.
It's a great way of looking at it actually, because it's spot on really. Ooh.
And I think it's part of it is because the second serve, you know, a standard second serve bobble, you know, should be a very, very reliable serve.
Yes.
Therefore, by having two serves, you have that flexibility to do something that's a bit more elaborate, high risk with the first serve.
Lovely pick up.
Steve opening his Brill account.
30-15.
I think we'll see a couple more of those.
I think so.
30-15.
I'll be shocked if we didn't.
Very strange bounce there.
Yeah.
Really not catching that one at all.
Strange in the fact that it didn't really bounce.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
$30-40.
Game point.
Stroke, thank you.
He's missed it, but it's just as effective.
3 games to 2, the server leads. 3-2.
So as we kind of predicted, it is tighter than the 70-30 so far.
Fault.
Although I would note that Steve has been commanding the service end quite a bit,
which is what he tries to do.
More than a yard worse than the last gallery. Love all.
Good change up there by Ben.
15 love.
Pick up. Just grip towards the wall.
15 all. The door, 2 chases.
Yeah, smart
15
tennis
all.
by Ben there. Here the world rankings.
so there's around 6,000 points for the win, 4,000 to be runner-up coming from this tournament. John Lumley is defending champion here. He's not. Well, John Lumley is last year's champion. He's chosen not to defend the title this year. So you are looking at a pretty open battle, I'd say, between Nick, Ben, Rob, and Steve as the top seeds. This tournament also counts for the world race for next year's World Championships, with again John, Nick, Ben, Steve, kind of taking those
15 all.
top four places.
More than a yard worse than the last gallery.
We might start to see Ben and Steve's position change as a result of this.
More than a yard worse, isn't it?
Although arguably, I think the gap between them and Prince is probably going to be a bit too much.
Yeah.
Over the remaining fixtures of the year. Another bad bounce down the hazard end.
15. The door.
Steve not happy
The door.
Didn't seem happy with that one, did he?
at all.
Ball.
It's just missed the gathering there.
It's in.
Well played.
40-15.
Hit the gallery on the first shot, but worked that into a good position. It's just
Worse than the door.
done that serve, hasn't he? It's
40-15 and a chase.
got it so he's going back into the wall, not giving him a chance to come round at all.
That bando has been absolutely ferocious.
It's been bouncy today, isn't it?
Very bouncy. That's the miss on
Yeah.
hazard the
He
door.
almost gave up on that one there. Just into a really nice position. What Steve could do is push that back down the line and just open up for the grill shot.
Gentle reminder that if you like what you see, there are tickets going
40-15 the
for
receiver leads.
the
Worse
remaining
than the
matches
door.
in the Champions Trophy. 2 matches tomorrow, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday.
Ball.
RoyalTennisCourt.com is where you'll find your ticket sales.
Yeah, it's such
Game.
a great place to come and watch tennis.
3 games all. 3 all. Worse than 4. Level.
What's the full chase level?
No.
Oh, what a
Yep.
volley that is.
Just in the stroke.
15
Just in
love.
the stroke area.
In the green.
In the green. It's one of the lovely things about the court here.
Ball.
Very easy to work out what's a chase and what's a stroke.
Yeah. It's a very nice and easy court to read.
I know with Ben and Rob Schenkman also doing their podcast, I know they were very keen to talk about how they feel every real tennis court should have clearly different marking between the hazard area and the stroke area.
Second serve.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense. There's no room for any misjudgment there, is there? Oh, Ben will be disappointed with that one.
30 love.
I think the nice thing also with RTC here is that the service areas, so the second gallery,
Ball.
second gallery line, the service line on the penthouse, and also the box that you're serving into. Are
Gallery.
all painted
chases.
the same colour.
Yes.
And that is not something you see at every tennis club. I have to say it's a lot easier when you got tourists and visitors watching every day to say follow the white lines.
Follow the white lines to victory. Ooh, that's interesting.
So predictor with 3 all. Well, I mean I'm not too surprised by that, because so one way of trying to think about that win predictor is trying to think about how close to the finish line both players are. And so if you've got one person who's maybe a set and
30
set
love
2 games
receiver
up,
leads. Worse than 4.
finish line for them is a lot closer. This is 3
Worse
all
than
first
4.
set.
Yeah.
Like they are
Well, they're kind of where they started, aren't
basically
they?
where they started.
Won it. Felt better than 4. 40 love. Last gallery.
Replay that one as well.
Ben opting not to play that.
Yeah.
Last gallery.
Clip of the net and the clip
to the edge of the tambour there.
15-40.
Steve just opting to go for a walk. Oh yeah. Look at that, it's a great shout.
It's a great
It's
shout.
better than 4.
Game. 4 games to 3.
I know.
The
as
receiver leads
we were heading up
4-3.
to talk about this match, bumped into Scott Baber. He is not a fan at all of the action replays.
Why do you think we're calling it up?
Yeah, exactly that.
Well, he should be a fan because that's proved what a great call it was.
Yeah, but what I think
15
he's,
up.
what I think Scott is worried about is if he gets a call that's wrong.
Fantastic read by Steve there.
15 all.
Points 41 to 27. Like you said, that shows the dominance that Steve's had down the service end so far.
40-15.
And when Ben's down here, he is winning points.
He's
He
winning a lot of points.
He just needs to stay down here as much as he can.
Yep. But that's what Steve's so good at. You see, he's so good at getting out of that position. What a first set this has been.
Game. 4 games all. 4 all. Second gallery.
He's got the chase that he wanted.
No ball.
Crucial time to get it as well.
Has the second gallery, 2 chases.
Got a replay coming up here.
Just the way he
Beautiful.
just completely takes the pace off the ball.
Yeah. It's all about that body position.
Although it did look like he was quite...
He was stretching.
He was stretching kind of almost in front of him a little bit.
I bet he wouldn't tell you that in a coaching session, would he?
I don't think he would, no.
It worked though.
Got the point. Over the net and below the roof, that's what Shanks and Lewis were talking about earlier on.
Yeah. Well, you can't go wrong if it's that.
No ball. Second gallery.
2 chases, second gallery coming up first.
Ball.
I thought we'd have more Virgona fans calling in. Thought we'd have the American Virgona fans up and watching.
$15 love. Hazard second gallery. Hazard.
Hazard second gallery. Oh, that's really good play by
Chase.
Ben there.
Receiver's point. 30 love.
One into the dead on, one into last gallery, winning both. And he's put himself in a really good position in this. Getting to decide who goes ahead.
15-30.
superb pickup off the back wheel.
Not happy.
30 all.
No, I think he
Not
was just
happy
in the
down the
right
same
position there as well. He'd read it well.
Out of court. 40-30.
Steve, I don't think ready for the pace that ball was coming at him.
It was a really good change up, wasn't it? It was just a little bit of a change. I don't think Steve was expecting that back.
Time. Juice.
He's missed the galleries there. That's a fantastic pickup.
Pick up into the ground.
No. Both times we've said that. He's picked a complete opposite shot.
Serve advantage.
I'm glad we've both done that.
Well, I think that's why he's down there and we're up here.
Probably.
Second gallery advantage.
He's hit the gallery he wanted. Let's replay of that last gallery to win the chase.
Feels like we've had a lot
Receiver's
of
advantage.
gallery chases
Second
quite
gallery.
recently, but I think that's possibly a new
4
tactic.
games all.
Ben's just changed it up, hasn't he? Like we said, he's
Advantage.
changing up that pace.
Second gallery.
He's definitely playing Steve at his own game a little bit by trying to get up the gallery chases and get down this end. I think they both know that they're both such strong servers generally.
Wins the chase and the
Absolutely
game.
superb shot.
5 games to 4. The receiver leads.
Yeah,
5-4.
I think Ben will be a bit annoyed that that serve
Just a bit loose.
Bit loose. Gives Steve a little bit too much space.
He only needs an inch, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that last gallery. I mean, even if he aimed for second gallery and got chase off, like he would still be very happy with that as a result.
Mm.
$15 love. Done, buddy. Last gallery. 15 love.
He's so good at picking up those galleries. Oh, great pickup by Ben there.
30 love.
What he's clearly done there is he's almost kind of just followed the trajectory of the ball as
Yeah.
it comes into the middle of the court and literally just guides it pretty much in a straight line.
Ready,
Just
lock.
pushed it where it was going, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's a bit high on that, bit loose. He's got very lucky with the bounce there.
15-30.
Yeah, that ball bouncing on the floor and then suddenly it jumps straight at him.
Yeah. all.
30 all.
All of a sudden now,
It's come back.
All of a sudden now,
Yeah.
Steve's 2 points from the set.
40-30 and a chase. Last gallery.
Just a left-handed dream, that shot, isn't it? You know. So I just thought it was going to go a bit too close to the wall, but it just sat up a little bit. That's the winning gallery shot.
Just watch the way ball's coming back to him in the middle of the court.
Just
eases it.
Yeah.
Eases it straight on.
Easy. Be good to see that spin again off the floor, actually, wouldn't it? To see how much it moved. Just doing a bit of housekeeping.
40-30 server leads. Last gallery.
This is to take the first set.
Bolt.
It's the position you'd want to be in. That's gallery chase serving.
Just gonna run for it, Ben. Oh, is it going in?
No, it's just missed it. Great pick up. He's got it back again.
It's off.
Chase off.
Some incredible running from Steve there.
40-30 server leads. Bolt.
That's a fantastic shot.
Game and the first set to the server.
It's a 6-4 first
6
set
games
to
to
Virgona.
4. Time.
We've got some movement in the dead on, so we're just going to wait for that to happen.
Jane's been asking you some questions, Dan, about what you did on court with Steve.
Thank you.
So what kind of things you had? There was, I was watching bits and pieces. There was
Second set, level.
loads of different stuff that he was kind of showing.
He did a lot. He did a lot of handling position of the racket, being more open on the face. He did a little bit of a serving clinic as well.
Then gallery.
Just showing us drag, railroad and bobble. So we did those 3 serves as well. We did some timbre shots, which was really interesting actually, because he showed me a position that I'd never seen before. So that was great. And also a different mindset to actually
what's
how
the
to
3?
read a timbre,
2
which
chases.
was great.
Level.
This is the chase off set point. He's just got, I mean, Ben is just peppering that worse than one, better than one every time. I don't know what more he can do. I think Steve just keeps getting it back. Not the worst outcome.
Level. Second gallery.
Not at all.
So yeah, we did loads in the hour and a half actually. It was a great coaching
Bolt.
clinic. But yeah, lots about positioning, racket handling, ball tosses or serves.
Service point. Wins the chase.
That was great.
15
play by
love,
Ben.
worse than 3. Worse than
I'll give you
3.
inside gossip when I see you next, Jane, on all the tips, don't worry.
.30 love. Love server leads. .40 love. Go. Game. That's the first game of the second set.
Just taps the very outside edge of the tambour there.
Yeah.
It looked like it was
Server
headed
lead.
straight for the grill.
It was just the faintest of touches, wasn't it? But it moved so much.
But Steve is a bit stuck regardless.
Yeah. That was just the perfect length, wasn't
15
it?
love.
It's been a really good set and a bit of tennis so far.
Then the last gallery. Better than.
Great shot.
30 love.
Pretty loose shot there from Steve.
Yeah, he's
I think
been a
Ben
bit
very
loose in
much-
this first one,
Very much
hasn't
keen
he?
to take the third shot and the
Fault.
rest.
Just needs to let a few horses out maybe at the stable.
.40 love and a chase.
Here's some of the numbers from first set. Pretty light in terms of targets for both players. That's been pretty light. Yeah, pretty light targets overall. But I think the big difference there is Steve points 52 to 37. You know, and while both players are winning a good proportion of shots when they're serving down this, when they're down the service end.
40 love.
Steve is just
Receiver
down
leads
there a lot
better than
more.
the last
That's
gallery.
how he's converted
Winning the same
that
percentage.
possession into a 6-4 lead.
Yeah. Better than last gallery. Oh yes, that's the way you win that chase.
15-40.
Fantastic pickup.
Game.
Seemed a bit rushed, almost a bit of a swipe there.
Yeah. I don't know if it just jumped out a little bit more than he thought it was going to.
Game. That's 2 games to love. The receiver leads.
Ben's 2 love up. Second set. He's played a little bit more aggressively. Steve's not happy with the ball. He's thrown that down the corridor. He definitely doesn't want to see that back on court.
There we can actually see it, just lying in the middle of the corridor.
Level. Two games to
Wish I
love.
was good enough to worry about the balls.
15 love.
Might be a ball up there, Ben.
Bolt.
I was chatting a bit to Nick Wood earlier, head professional, and he commented that the way that the standard approach to making the balls here, as per most other clubs, he was saying that the pro team here really prioritise making balls that encourage long rounds and long rests. I don't quite understand how you make the balls to do that type of thing.
Not up.
I'm guessing, do you make
Ben
them
and
a
yard.
little bit bouncier?
Ready, love.
So they give it a little bit more play?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. They do get used a lot here. It's a very, very busy court.
The turnover of the ball rate must be pretty rapid.
Yeah.
Because they are just getting so many hours of play. Been a bit bemused by that bounce off the timbre. Just clipping on his racket, I think, on the way past.
Bolt. Bolt, double bolt.
Oh, that's a rarity. Put that one in the scrapbook.
40-15. One chase.
We had double fault from Leon.
We did.
Today.
Tough gig.
Replay coming up.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please. Great.
So we've got a slight pause in play while we reload the dead on with a fresh basket of balls. It's a good time to give a shout out to some of our sponsors and supporters of the Champions Trophy this year. We're really fortunate to have Mitsubishi Electric as our primary sponsor. They have been very supportive of the game, of the Champions Trophy since its first version in 2017.
Here's a replay of the double fault call. Yeah. You can see it just hit the roof before the line there, so it's just short on the roof. That's a beautiful segue into the
40-15. Server leads. Better than a yard. Chase in the game, that's 3 games to love.
3 games to love.
Server leads.
I should also mention, certainly for completeness, we've also got some very kind sponsorship and support from Cadcorp, Atlantic Customer Solutions, More Family Office. I know some of their representatives have been here earlier in the week. Also Polger and Fever Tree helping us out with some food and drink over the week's activities.
Second gallery. Up.
There's quite a few unforced errors happening in this second set by Steve. Oh, fantastic shot by Ben.
Ready, love.
Yeah, Ben's definitely grabbing
The initiative.
this set here. Oh, nearly.
It's nearly a Virgona classic there, wasn't it?
Good running.
Yeah, Ben he's just tightened up that serve, playing a little bit more aggressively. It's a great stat. We've just heard in our ear that Virgona's only got 2 points in this set so far.
Yeah,
which is incredible stat.
Last 17 points, 2 of them have gone to Steve.
Wow.
On the verge here of
40 love receiver leads.
Granted.
Second gallery.
Ben heading down the receiving end, but he's got a lot of space to attack this second gallery chase to 4 love up. And
the commentator's curse in
15,
full
40.
Bikes again.
Yeah.
That was
very impressive. Well done.
Absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Last gallery. 1540 in the chase.
Ben is hitting those tactics with
So we've got some
great accuracy there.
Statistics of the first set. Yeah, some good accuracy from both players. Ben clearly choosing to stick with the railroad, and in fact, arguably both.
Look at that.
40-15 the server leads. Last gallery.
Very consistent.
Last gallery.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we might see a couple more PK serves coming from Steve.
I was hoping, yeah. So it's nice to see them in the flesh. Oh,
The chase in the game.
a superb play by Ben.
4 games to love. Server leads. Second gallery. Second gallery, 2 chases.
2 second gallery chases. Lovell. Oh, I was just going to say, what's this
Where's
going to
the
be now?
predictor going?
66.34. It's not a massive swing, actually, is it?
I don't think
4
so.
or
But I think
5%.
if you're looking at certainly what's happened in the last kind of 4 games, that's very much indicative of as we've been saying, Steve has had basically no opportunities, no chance in this second set at all. You also have to remember Steve is already one set up.
Exactly.
So
Second gallery.
So he's got that holding percentage anyway. Well played by Ben.
15 love. Receiver leads. Second gallery. Service point. 15 all.
Yeah, clever play to win that. 2 points in a row. That must be quite a while
30-15.
since that's happened for Steve.
yes.
Oh, it's a great get by Ben again.
He's going to chip him.
Gallery. 30-15, 1 chase.
He's had a little apology to Steve there.
Well, that suddenly just creates a huge amount of bounce, just absolutely out of nowhere.
strokes. 40-15 and a chase. Last gallery.
I think Ben was expecting that to go a little bit further into the hazards.
Yes, I think you're right.
Somewhere near the
That is a superb get, isn't it? From basically behind his back.
Yeah.
He's a hard guy to chip, Steve, isn't he?
I think they put it in the wrong place.
Look at that. That is superb.
Put some flashing lights on as well, and you can see it.
Huge storm this week.
40-15, the receiver leads, last gallery.
Just ticking over into our second hour of play.
Bolt.
Steve's got a good chance here to get himself on the scoreboard in the second set.
Game. That's 1 game to 4. Steve, you right with that ball?
So he gets that one over the line.
He's still down the wrong end of the court, and his
1-4
opponent
serve lead.
still has 4 games
Yeah.
in this set.
He's just looking a little bit tentative on those
15
shots.
love.
Just
30
seems-
love.
He just seems to be tightening up a little bit more, doesn't he?
Has better than second gallery, thank you. 30 love. $40 love and a chase.
Wasn't interested in that one, Steve, was he?
I wonder a little bit if he's seen the scoreline, seen the situation, and thinking
Let's start again.
this may be a chance to focus my energy onto a third set.
Oh, look at that dead on count.
Which, if I may be honest with you,
Dead on percentage.
dead on
You can be
percentages
honest with
there.
me, yeah.
Oh yeah. I appreciate Rob's only played
One game.
one match.
40 love, the receiver leads.
Three full sets.
Hazard better than the second
I-
gallery.
was
Hazard.
thinking probably there might have been a few more.
But remember, Nicky is an incredibly good defender of those. That's a really good play
Wins
there,
the chase in
Ben.
the game. That's 5 games to 1.
5 games
Receiver
to 1.
leads.
It's been a fantastic set of tennis by Ben.
Better than second gallery.
He just
Level.
seems to have dealt with everything.
He's just
And Steve's thrown at him.
neutralised the threat from
Yeah.
Steve himself.
He's served incredibly well. He's been getting so many shots back, and he's just
15
keeping
up.
it in play and taking his opportunities when they come. Changing to a bit more aggressive, pushing it longer into the corners.
Dino.
I think Steve was possibly suggesting that the serve was short and he wants to play a second set, but I think Scott called it in.
30-15.
So you're guided by the marker on that one. If the marker thinks it's in, the marker thinks it's in.
Don't argue with the marker. Eh?
Worse than a yard. 2 chases.
I think we're headed to a third set now.
I think that's a pretty good prediction. What's the temperature up here, Giles? Seems like it's cooling a
It's
little
cooling
bit.
down a little bit. The rain
It's
has subsided. It's finally stopped. We are still clocking 27 degrees on this court.
beautiful.
Rob Schenkman leading the charge with the grill count. He's probably the person who's played the most tennis on this court over the last 3 days.
He should be used to it by now, shouldn't he?
30-15.
He was very
Server leads,
firmly,
better than the second gallery.
using a lot of grills against his match against Leon earlier today.
Funny old.
30 all, worse than a yard.
Worse than the yard was the chase.
And into the dead on it went.
Receiver's point.
Court. Game. That's 2 games to 5. 2-5 server leads.
He's Steve's clearly not just going to hand the second set to Ben.
Come on!
Dispatched.
15 love.
Such a good shot there by Ben.
30 love.
Just goes completely flat on the floor as it comes off the timbre.
Second gallery.
So we've been reliably informed
Ben, are you alright with that ball just caught in the...
that the last
So
service
that rally just now.
was the 100th railroad in a row that has been served.
30 love.
Oh, 100th point with a railroad. First or second serve. That's an incredible stat. So not much variation.
Absolutely no variation at all.
15-30.
Oh, I think we might have lost a camera there.
It's back. Just had a moment. Just needed a bit of recovery
No,
time.
worse than a yard. 2 chases.
Yeah, as Ben rightly said, it was trying to focus on something coming towards it at 100 miles an hour, so we can give it a bit of leeway.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fine. This is the problem with such top quality camera streaming and all the different angles. That,
Exactly.
Expectations are very, very high.
Yeah. So 5-2, 30-15 up. Steve is coming down the service end. Second gallery and worse than a yard.
15-30. The receiver leads. Second gallery.
Second gallery chase coming up. And another railroad.
Bolt.
Will it be another railroad for the second serve? Looks like it.
is.
$40-15, worse than a yard.
Oh, here we go.
Ben will need to pop this one into the dead on. It's
Not
not
a railroad.
thanks.
Won it for better than a yard.
Wow. Great shot.
Game.
Better than a yard.
And the second set. 1 set all. Third and final set.
Wow.
Bolt.
Well,
Should have served a railroad.
on the basis of how the non-railroad serve has gone.
Oh wow, that's just clipped the timbre and then still gone into the
15
grill.
love.
I think we can reliably presume that we'll be back to the railroads.
I think so. Don't like the shape of that ball. I don't know where this is going to go, Charles, to be honest with you. This could be anything.
Call.
Tap the light.
On the way down.
40 love. Fault. $15.40.
Got a message coming in from Chris Ryegrass.
Game. First game in the third set.
Joining
Serve
us
lead.
from Bend in Oregon.
Wow.
That's a little bit further away than Essex as far as last time I checked. Great to have you joining, Chris. Thank you for your kind words on the commentary.
Great to have you watching. Oh, it's a superb shot.
15 love.
And I certainly note your point about the Olympics coverage, Chris. There has been some very questionable commentary going on the Olympics lately. Even here in the UK,
It's just rolling around the penthouse.
it's
Just
a bit
length
too
and line on that is
far.
superb.
A bit too far from Ben's hands there.
30 love. $40 love.
Well, Steve's off to an absolute
Game.
flyer in this third set. isn't
Two
he?
games to love. Serve leads.
Almost a complete reverse of the second
Absolutely.
Fault.
set. 8 of the last 9 points have gone the way from the man from Chicago.
It really is a switch up. Good use of force there by Ben.
15 love.
Commentator's curse striking once again.
You're the king of it today. It's normally me that's doing that.
Stop it. you're making me blush.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a shot.
15 all.
Steve clearly wanting to use the height to drill the ball into the ground,
It's
not
just-
getting it back.
He's just so good at it as well, that's the thing.
Second gallery.
There's a little bit of a higher bounce or anything off the penthouse, he just manages to
15
get
all.
right on top of it. Just gets that sort of sideways cut on it and it just comes into the corner and you've just got no chance.
Then the last gallery. 2 chases.
Well, Ben's way into the set is by coming down the service end. We can take a look at what that second set had been like.
It was a quick old set, wasn't it?
Very quick set. 27 points to 12. Just absolutely nothing in those first 5 games for Steve.
And look at the point serve was pretty close as well, so he's been doing the business down both ends.
Actually, what I quite like is the average chase length. They are, normally, there's clearly a lot of bias and a lot of skew that can sometimes happen. You've got gallery chases, but like that, the chase lengths there that both those players are putting in are considerably different.
15 all. Second gallery.
That was what Ben was doing so effectively. He was pushing that ball so deep into the
Second
corners
gallery.
in that second set.
Fault.
Oh, this is
Point.
pick up to win
30,
the chase
15,
there
better
by
than the
Steve.
last gallery. Server wins the
Have a
point.
fantastic way to win.
30 all.
30 all, 2 love up, Steve Virgona leaves.
Forty 30. Game. 3 games to love. The receiver lead.
3 games to love, Steve's up in this one.
Come on then.
Oh,
15 love. The line. 15 love.
wow, what adjustment.
And he practically gave up on that point.
Yeah. Oh, what a finish. Wow.
30 love.
Steve did so much to defend all those shots.
Then half a yard, 2 chases.
The line and half a yard.
Can you not serve when I'm commentating?
30 love, Ben leads.
Yeah, it's better than half a yard.
Better than half a yard, even better.
You'll be sitting back if you're in the dead on in a moment or two.
There we go, there it is again.
He just stopped, but then
Well, I think he thought it was going to
reaction.
just go into that timbre for a split second.
I'm very busy and don't do it.
Looks up.
Reaction.
Oh,
Reaction is Steve. as
30
that
love, the
sails
receiver
into the
leads.
glass.
that was
The
a look
line.
towards the heavens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check line.
Here we go, the line. Do we think Steve's going to rush up to the galleries here?
Maybe.
Oh, thought I was just going to creep over the net.
40 love. Better than half a yard.
Got to change up in the serve.
It's the PK.
And it was effective.
15-40.
It's 2 fantastic cross-court shots there by Steve.
Terrible.
We were talking about some of the stats earlier on about kind of proportion of
30-40.
chases won and lost at, obviously different lengths. I don't know if you know this, but do you all have a guess at how many chases that are half a yard or better than half a yard are actually successfully won?
Oh my goodness.
And it's an approximate number just so.
Am I going percentage?
Yeah.
Okay,
Game.
I'm going to go
1 game to
for
3. Third
5%.
and final set, 1-3.
Judging on my own ability.
Well, I think this is the difficulty that at kind of amateur level, it probably is about 5%.
15 up.
You're going to come up. I'm going to have been way out, aren't I?
You are a little
is
bit
it
out,
20%?
It is about 20%.
Yeah, I thought it would be.
Oh.
Which I do still find a bit mad.
They're just so consistent with that force, aren't they?
Thank you. 15.
You know,
all.
for a player, Ben, Steve, Rob, any one of those guys, Nicky, you know, if the serve's right, you can force it towards there, and it has to be
30,
within that range that you have to take. You can't take the risk of leaving it.
Oh.
Ben kind of resigned himself to that point.
30-15, yes, second serve.
Shot before Steve put that in the grill.
It's a really nice pick up from Ben off the serve there.
Down, better than 3. 30-15.
It's better than 3, it was down. So still Steve leading 30-15 in this game. Oh, it's a really good play by Ben there.
30 all.
Steve just a little bit everywhere in that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to jump out a little bit more at him, didn't it?
And a goal.
Oh. That tapped.
40-30, one chase.
What's that
Taps a
tap?
light.
That tapped a light. Tapped the back wall. Almost got caught by that's Paul Wright in the background there. Look at those variety of serves there.
Wow, we've seen it all today, haven't
utter
we?
diversity.
I mean, if you want a serving masterclass, this is the place to be. To be fair, with the railroad.
If you want a railroad serving master.
Yes, exactly. 77% point one though. Look at that. Shows you how important the service has been.
Compare that with what Steve was able to put together. 50% points one.
Yeah.
You know, even I mean, to be honest with you, 50% points one is still a pretty decent statistic. But you saw what Ben had there.
40-30, server leads, better than 3.
That PK,
Just miles away.
I think the stat was he did
It's
that
a low
one
s-
successful
It's
PK.
a
didn't
low
he?
sample size. Let's not
It's very low sample size.
Game. 2 games to 3
He's
to
pulled it
receive
back,
a
hasn't he?
lead.
Oh, goodness me.
15 up.
The dream serve there.
I'm wondering a little bit if we haven't seen much for the wind predictor, because the wind predictor just doesn't know what to do.
I can imagine it's probably going a bit wild at the moment. Imagine if it goes 3 all.
love.
I think it's
We'll be back
probably-
to the 70-30
it's looking
surely.
a bit like a heart rate monitor.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's the perfect angle off that.
There we go, 3 points.
40 love.
All of a sudden,
Bish bash bosh, it's changed around again.
eight points in a row.
Game.
Wow.
3 games to
Suddenly
4.
it's 3
3 all.
3 all. And we're back to where we started. This is going to be a shootout, isn't it?
What do you say about a 6-5 final set, Dan? feels quite light for you
It feels almost inevitable, doesn't it?
in this commentator's opinion.
3 all. Second gallery. Level. 15 love. Whoa.
Let's change up there in disguise.
15 all. Yes.
Serve. Steve's still in the lead on that. That's a great shot.
30-15.
It's a really
40-15
good serve
and a chase.
by Ben there.
Could do with some balls as well, guys. Please.
Goodness me, they're going through balls
There
like
it
they're going
is.
out of fashion, aren't
It's
they?
the win predictor.
Oh my goodness.
First time in
Oh.
the match. We have gone 50.
Wowzers.
50.
Look at that beautiful chart there.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, a thing of sheer beauty.
Well, put it this way: if the computers can't work out who's going to win, then what chance do the humans have? While the players are refilling the desert with a fresh bucket of the balls. So reminder that that tomorrow's matches, we've got two more. The quarterfinal matches taking place tomorrow. We've got one pair already confirmed. Nick Howell, the top seed, will take on Nina Morona, and Rob Schenkman will then take on the loser of this match, who, quite frankly, it could be either of these players right now. So we get started at 2 o'clock UK time tomorrow afternoon, so do come and join us on T&RA YouTube channel.
40-15 the receiver lead, second gallery.
And if you'd rather not hear
Second gallery.
my commentary, we've got Paul Bonneman coming down tomorrow to do a couple of matches, which will be great fun.
And that's 4-3 to Ben.
Game, that's 4 games to 3, receiver leads.
Wowzers.
Why not buy a ticket, come down and watch it live?
Bolt.
Still plenty of tickets available. RoyalTennisCourt.com is the place to go to buy your tickets.
$15
That
love.
is we just heard from Chris in the chat, Chris Lintott. That is a very good question. I'm sure Ben's looking at your comment
Love.
and hopefully he'll come up with the answer, we can relay it back to you.
So
I don't think it is. I don't think it's just Nick Wood though.
I can confirm it's not Nick Wood writing down the number and handing it to Ben.
To be honest with you, it would be great if it was just someone random jotting down a number though.
15-30.
It is broadly based upon the RTR handicap of both players.
And the court adjustment, I'm guessing as well.
Alongside a course adjustment factor,
30
which some
all.
players have got, depending on whether they've played enough times on this court. And then it also monitors and looks at who is serving at the moment, or at a particular point in time.
Thank you. 40-30.
and then it's trying to essentially look at how many more points does that person have to win in order to get to the finish line.
Juice.
And then combining all of those probabilities together. I think Ben probably will give a better explanation in the comments.
I think you've done really well there.
Juice.
What Chris really wanted you to say was that we just put numbers
Receiver's
into a fish
advantage.
tank and some sort of lobster just picks 2 numbers at random and then we say, yeah, that's it.
No, not up.
Mark has called that ball down. So we go back
Juice.
to Juice.
Goal.
But I think going back to your comment, Chris, I don't think it is taking into account momentum, and it's not taking into account these players' records in the third sets of matches. I can't imagine there's a lot of data on either of these players playing 3-set matches.
No, that's true actually.
Receiver's advantage.
Advantage to Taylor Matthews here to go 5-3 up.
He's gone a little bit route 1 in this game, just trying to get some quick points in for the dead on.
Ben's been really good at changing up his playing in the second and third sets.
Juice.
Very quickly as well. He's gone from trying to play short chases and floor game to then having a game or 2 points in a row where he puts the pace on.
1 and 2.
Forces a little bit more.
Juice.
So the third juice.
More than a yard worse than the last gallery. 2 chases.
Oh my goodness, here we go. There's another big swing. So this is the first time that Ben's actually been...
I mean, it's Juice at 4-3, so that finishing line, if you want to think about that, is a little bit closer. Whoa! Look at these changes. Ben was saying to me that this win predictor is analysing every point, so you'll notice it can be extremely volatile, and it basically will run a whole set of predictions basically at the end of every point, and it's live. So literally when that loads up, it's just opening up the next simulation that was just done. The computing power that's gone into it is absolutely phenomenal.
That's the sort of production value you expect from this team here. Oh.
Server's advantage.
And
More
when
than a
you say
yard
this team,
worse than
we
the
are
last gallery.
principally talking about
We're talking about Ben and his laptop.
Just Ben Game Week.
Oh.
We're mere spectators.
Spectators with microphones down.
More than a yard worse.
Well,
than
that's the... the microphone is the dodgy part, isn't it? Oh, superb shot.
Back to Juice.
Juice. Half a yard worse than 6.
Half a yard worse than 6. Juice. It's 2 fantastic hits by Steve there. Oh, it's a great finish by Ben.
Advantage 1 chase.
Service points 1, Ben Taylor Matthews 66, Virgona 53. This was a great get here, just digging it out of that corner. And again, I mean, you can't do much more than those two shots, can
Absolutely
you?
not.
And then an absolutely superb shot by Ben to finish it off. Third time's a charm.
Receiver's advantage. Half a yard worse than 6.
Half a yard worse than 6. To go 5-3 up. And he's done it.
He's converted.
Game at 5 games to 3. The receiver leads third set.
Well, up to this point, Ben has played very well. That's really good. Play
15
by
up.
Virgona, just running everywhere on the court. Played. 30 love.
Really happy with that.
No chases on the board.
You mean picked it up?
A bit of housekeeping.
30 love, server leads. Had a court.
Great shot by Ben there.
15-30.
Oh my goodness, that was such a good shot. Suddenly it's 40-15.
I think Ben was
40,
anticipating
15.
another defensive shot
Mm.
onto the grill.
Game.
Well,
4-5. Receiver leads 4-5.
goodness me. That's a great shot. Again, it's just that one was coming down on it.
15 love. Better than a yard. 15 up.
Virgona was waiting for the ball to go across court there and just put it down in the opposite direction. Better than a yard.
15 all.
Always getting disappointed with that one.
30-15. Oh.
Slight variation in the serve there.
Wait, what? I was having a drink. I missed it. What?
Ooh,
40-15.
40-15.
One chase.
But it is better than a yard.
It's better than a yard, and Ben does take the service out.
He does. Oh, this has got 5 all red all over it, hasn't it? I
It's
think?
gone 60. It's
Oh
gone
my
60,
goodness.
40.
This next point could change it all though, couldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, 5 all pretty much becomes a straight on 50-50 fight, doesn't it?
I'd like to think so. They're just toweling themselves down now. It is blimmin' hot on there.
It's very, very warm. We're still clocking 27 degrees on the court. I mean, in fairness, we're not the ones who have been running around for the last hour and 40 minutes.
40-15. The receiver leads.
The humidity
Better
is
than a yard.
really starting to pick up again. Better than a yard. That's
than
what
a yard.
separates Steve from a 5 all.
very good force.
Game.
Just
5
nicely
games
for
all.
5 games all.
One more game.
Here we go.
Winner of
Final
this
game,
game
5
gets
all.
a day off. The loser of this game plays Rob Schenkman tomorrow afternoon.
Steve's got the chase he
Good all.
wanted.
We'll have to put some
Double.
feedback for next year. Instead of making it best of 3 sets, just make it one game.
Just make it one game. Just a shootout. One serve, Pantan, but good adjustment right there.
Steve's read that very nicely.
And that, crikey. Oh, superb tennis.
Half a yard worse than the last gallery, 2 chases.
Best point in the match.
I reckon,
Maybe.
yeah. It's almost like they're on 5 all.
It's almost like they have a finishing line in sight and they both got quite right to go past it.
But yeah.
But Steve, it's like he's got ants in his pants. He just feet are absolutely everywhere at this point. And the way he's absolutely reading the way that the ball is coming off the grill wall is absolutely phenomenal.
That's what he's so good at in that corner.
Might be why he's one of the best players.
Level.
Might be a reason.
The door.
One of them anyway.
Certainly one of them.
Do you reckon railroad here?
We've had about 200 railroads so
Yeah.
far. So under the grill.
That's a fantastic shot.
15 love.
Steve
Half
goes
a yard
15
worse
up
than the last
this
gallery.
deciding game.
No, not up. We've won it, but worse than 6.
Oh wow. 15 all, no chases on the board.
All.
Ben's going to want to get down this end, I
You
can
can see
imagine.
in that Steve was just forcing the ball into the galleries, into the hazard gallery.
Oh,
30-15.
That win predictor must just be.
it must be jumping around.
I just think absolute complete utter overtime.
Be like a toddler on a trampoline, I reckon.
Well played.
40-15 for
40-15.
Gomez, 1 point away. Match.
Match point for Steve. Where's the finisher? He wants to finish it with the grill.
Great pickup. Wow, superb play by both players there. It's just been such a great exhibition of tennis.
Steve and Rob had a practice call on Tuesday. They were just peppering the grill.
Gallery. 30-40 in the chase.
Ben's got down the end he wants to be at.
Last thing Rob and Steve had on their practice court on Tuesday, they had half a basket of balls just peppering the grill, and obviously it's a glass grill, makes a fantastic sound, but it was almost like popcorn.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And they were just absolutely relentless.
Oh my goodness, look at that. 64-36. Just jumped.
So Steve's got a second gallery chase to attack.
Second match point.
Where do you think? Do you think he's going to try and... What's he going to do? Step inside, main more dead on? Do you think he's going to try and put it into last gallery and just take
30-40. The
He
receiver
has
leads.
any
Second
opportunity
gallery.
to step in, I would imagine he would do so.
Match point.
Superb.
Game, third set, and the match.
What a great game of tennis that was. It's a shame that there has to be a loser.
Steve Virgona wins 6-2, 2-6, 6-5. Well played, guys.
What a way to end a day's play.
What a way to end the day's play.
Look at those dead-ons by Ben.
Oh, I think it was a good fight, and actually I think what that's potentially disguising is a very one-sided second set.
Yes.
You know, and that third set was very, incredibly tight, incredibly even all the way through.
Look at those points won.
Points won 91 to 82. So yes, Ben's won more points but lost the match.
Yeah.
That's just indicative of what happened in set two, and just where on earth did Steve go in that second set?
He went for a walk for a little while, didn't he?
A little bit of a walk.
He went into the woods. Came out for the third set though, which is the main thing.
But that's about as tight as it gets.
There was a bobble.
Ben,
there you go.
Ben is very much insisting on showing us these serving statistics, but I'm going to reason that they're kind of useless for this match, because I think we had one bobble. I think we had 3 PK. Yeah, three
PKs and 2 drags.
2 drags. But if you want to
122.
If you want to have a look at 220 odd railroads, then this is the match for you. So this is how things look at the end of the first day of the main draw. Just recapping very briefly, earlier on, Bryn Sayers retired injured after the first set, so Nina Marola goes through. He will play Nikki Howe, who had an absolutely fantastic battle with Rob Fay, winning. So Nikki Howe lost his quarterfinal. Rob Fay through to Saturday's semi-final. At the bottom half of the draw, Rob Schenkman, very dominant in the win over Leon Smart, winning 6-2, 6-1. So he goes through to the runner-up of this, which is Ben Taylor Matthews. We've got a view from the Hazards. Quarter-final tomorrow, which promises to be absolutely fireworks. While Steve Virgona charges through to Saturday's semi-final. So that's how things look after day one of the 2024 Real Tennis Champions Trophy, supported by Mitsubishi Electric. We are back at 2 p.m. British time tomorrow for the second round of the quarterfinals. But I think from Hampton Court, it's Giles Doy and Dan Warboys signing off for the evening. Have a great evening, folks. We will see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Thank you very much.
At Mitsubishi Electric, we're helping create a more sustainable future for her. By heating her home more efficiently. By engineering a net zero emissions building. By reducing power waste in